Hi guys, it's Lisa and welcome back to Lisa Loves Leaves. So today's video is going to be my begonia collection video, just an updated one. The last time I did it, I don't think I had that many begonias. I still don't have a ton of begonias, but I do definitely have a few more than I did prior, and I think I do have some that I had before that have managed to grow, so that's awesome. But before we get into that, I just wanted to do a little side thing about just apologizing for my absence. Like, I've really wanted to film for quite a while now, but there's been so many things going on in my life. One was it was my 30th birthday recently, so there was all of that. Then my brother's birthday, so we've had that. Lots of different things happening at work as well, and things that I've been organising, mainly birthdays as well, coincidentally. And as you can tell, I'm just recovering from a cold, so if I sound a bit funny, that's why. This is like day 6 of having a cold, so I'm starting to feel better, but I'm still a little bit nasally, if you can kind of hear that, so sorry for that. But this is like the best time for me to film because it means that I actually have to be at home and I have more spare time because I'm not out and about. But really the main thing and the main reason why I haven't been filming for a while now is because the biggest change in our life was that we decided to adopt a puppy. So then we had lots of meeting different dogs and things like that, so that was a whole process that took a couple weeks, like researching, meeting dogs. We probably met like 5 or 6 different dogs, and then finally we met the puppy that we adopted. Her name is Leia. I'll put some pictures over here, maybe a video or 2, we'll see. I did want to bring her into the video to show you guys, but I tried before and she was like not having a bar of it, and she is lovely. She loves people, she loves dogs, she loves food, and she's awesome. So I'm absolutely smitten with her. I love her so much. We got her when she was about 5, nearly 6 months old. She's now probably about 7 months old. We actually thought she was between 3 and 4 months old when we adopted her, and then when I took her to the vet, they found that she had all her like adult teeth coming through, which indicated that she was actually 6 months old. So yeah, it was a whole process, but I'm so happy that we have her. I love her to bits, and unfortunately my plants have been a little bit neglected. I'm getting back into the swing of things now that things have settled with Leia and we kind of know where we're at, and yeah, she knows where she's at as well. So yeah, that was just a little backstory and blurb of what's been going on in my life, and yeah, lots but very exciting things. So anyway, let's get started and let's just jump into the video, and I will show you all of the begonias that I have in my collection. I have done a begonia video prior, I'll pop the link up the top. I don't think I had as many begonias as I do now, and potentially a lot of those begonias were ones that lived in my garden, which we actually do still have because Dean dug them out and brought them with us, but I'm not going to include them because they're not looking very good, and I kind of count anything that's in the garden now as Dean's, so they're now Dean's, my partner, so I'll just do the begonias that are living in this house. Okay, so the first begonia, and I'm actually thinking about whether I want to keep this one or not. I don't know, I can't decide. Like, I go through phases where I like it and then phases where I'm like not that fussed about it. So this guy is a begonia little brother Montgomery, if I'm correct. The name will be down there. See, sometimes I'm like, ugh, but then when I see him on like pictures and stuff, I'm like, wow, he's actually really cool. So I don't know. Anyway, I'll keep him for now. This is him. He's doing pretty good. I keep getting these odd like little spot things though. I'm not sure if it was from water droplets being on his leaf and then the sun kind of burning it. I'm not too sure. I've got another begonia that has something similar, and he's got really cool leaves. Like the back of his leaves are really awesome with this red and orange greeny kind of hue. So yeah, he's pretty cool. Like, he's definitely different, he's interesting. He's probably different, he's got different colors to probably any other plant that I have in my collection, so for that reason he's kind of cool. He's got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 growth points, and I've kind of just clipped them all on to try and make him look full and nice. So yeah, he's doing pretty good, I think. Yeah, so that is him. Give you a little bit of a close-up. It's just really interesting colouring and cool shape of his leaves. But yeah, I don't know, I've got mixed feelings about him. Sometimes I really love him, and then other times I'm just like, meh, like he's probably my least favourite of all my begonias. But yeah, that's him in there. I don't know, what do you think? Is he cool? Should I keep him? I don't know. Anyway, that's him. Next one is a begonia silver dragon, although that's potentially not its actual ID. In New Zealand, yeah, we don't know what it's called. So there's one lady who has a website, Grow and Steady. I'll pop the link up to the top for her website. And as far as I'm aware, she's the first person who had them. I haven't seen them before seeing them on her website. I've seen them now more often as she's selling more and more of these, but actually I only ever saw them on her website, and she's just calling it Silver Dragon, but she said that she doesn't know its true ID either. So yeah, I got this from her at a plant market, and yeah, it's really interesting. I'm trying to get more of the silver back. So as you can see, it started off with a really good amount of silver, and then as it got taller, it kind of lost its silver. And these are kind of the marks I'm talking about. There's a few on it, and I don't know how I did that. I assume it's sunburn, and I docked the top off and actually put it back in the pot, and you can see that the top part had a lot less silver going for it, and where I chopped it. After I chopped it, the silver seems to be coming back, so I don't know if it was just to do with reversion or light or what. This is kind of coming back with a really good amount of silver. Oh, it's so shiny. So yeah, hopefully I can get some more leaves looking like this, as opposed to this. Yeah, they're kind of quite boring compared to up here, but I've chopped him back, put the cutting back in the pot to kind of like help fill him out a bit, and then hopefully the new leaves will be a bit more silver. I don't know, I'll see how we go. At the moment he's just like really tall, so I'm not too sure what I'm doing with him, but he's cool. Yeah, I love like the silver leaves, they're just so cool. Okay, next, I think this was in my last begonia video, but this is probably a completely different like one of these. So it's Begonia listata, one of my favorite begonias. Like, oh, so cool. Like, I just love the leaves. I'm pretty sure this was in my last begonia video. However, that original listata, I think it got root rot and it died, and I bought a new one, and this is that new one that I bought. I don't really know what to do with it though, because like it looks so cool from this angle. Like, how awesome is that? But then you kind of look at it from the side, it's really awkward. I don't know if I should grow him upwards maybe, but he's kind of just growing out, and I really like, I don't know, I just don't want to chop him because he's just doing so good and I don't want to ruin him. But he does have a few like little growth points starting down here with tiny little leaves, as you can see. So hopefully those will kind of come and fill it in. But yeah, I'm not really sure what to do with him. Like, he's looking awesome at the moment if you just look at him from this angle, and he sits on my plant shelf so you see him like this, but it's just when you like turn him around and you're like, what is he doing? And it's so bare over here. So if you have any ideas of what I should do, like ideally I should probably just cut him back and put some more cuttings in to fill him in, but I don't know, I just don't want to cut him for some reason. But anyway, such a cool begonia, like awesome, so cool, and beautiful red leaves on the back as well. He's very furry, and I don't know, it's just, for me, it's this lime like highlighted strip. It's so vibrant and bright, and it just really stands out. So yeah, I love this begonia. Definitely one of my top favorite begonias of all time. It's just so cute. Okay, next, you guys have seen this guy in a video not too long ago, I don't think. I'll pop a link up the top to that video if I can find it. So it is my begonia lizardleaf, so you can see she's doing really well. Yeah, it's just such a cool begonia. Like, I love it so much. She's actually flowering at the moment. Oh, turn it around. So yeah, she's flowering at the moment. And I love the like this cool pattern on her leaves, like with the lime. It's just so cool. And also I love the texture of these guys. It's like, kind of rough but soft at the same time, and it's just, yeah, I just find it so interesting. So she's doing so good. She is going great guns. This leaf, this is such a good leaf. Oh, I just love her. She's just so cool. So cool. Definitely recommend. I find her pretty easy care. Like, I don't really have many issues with that specific begonia. There's a few that I struggle with a little bit, but her, not at all. She's really easy care for me personally anyways. Okay, this is the begonia that I struggle with the most, and maybe I just need to buy a new one and start again, I don't know, but it's my begonia georgiensis. You've seen this before, and you can tell she is so sad compared to what she was in the past. I've just had so many issues with her just having crispy leaves, and as soon as she grows a leaf, it dies. So I was recommended to repot her into a bigger pot so that she wasn't drying out so fast. So I've done that, so she's in a way bigger pot than she was before. And then I just like water it as soon as I see that it's drying out. I think we're slowly making progress. I mean, as you can see, she's got a few leaves and none of them are really crispy. They're really tiny compared to the leaves that she was growing in the past, which were like probably 3 times the size of this. But the ones she is growing aren't growing crispy. So I feel like I'm onto something, and hopefully this spring she can really take off. Yeah, I really love them, but I don't know, I've just always struggled with it ever since I got it. It's been the one begonia that I've just struggled with so much. I don't know why. Anyway, okay, the next begonia is a small cutting that I have. It is a begonia painter's palette, I believe. That's what it was sold to me as anyway. So it's very cute. I think it's just a Rex variety. It's very similar to, I don't know the specific name, but there's a begonia Rex variety that has very similar colouring that you can get from most plant stores in New Zealand, and she's very similar to that. She's just slightly different. I don't know, I can't explain what is different, but I just feel like she's slightly different. But anyway, she's very cute. I've only got 2 leaves at the moment. There's a 3rd one on the way, and it looks like another shoot starting. I can definitely tell that she is needing a water. The leaves are starting to curl a bit, if you can see that curl at the bottom. So I'm going to water her after this video. But yeah, I'm trying to focus on her. Focus. Anyway, really cute. Actually just an impulsive buy. This wasn't even on my wish list. I just saw someone selling one online and I was like, yeah, cool, that's me. And then I got her. Okay, next is my beautiful big Begonia Imperialis. Or, oh, there's another name that people call it, but I can't think what it is. So here she is. She is huge. She's getting really big. That leaf. Oh, she's doing so well. What's up with these leaves though? Like this particular begonia, she always has this, like, her leaves always grow like that. Does anybody know why she's doing that? Because I don't know. Like, it's not thirst. She does that regardless whether she's just been watered or hasn't been watered. Like the newer leaves seem to be a lot flatter, and then the bigger they get them, then they start to curl. So I'm not sure what that's about, but anyway, I love this begonia. It's definitely another favourite. It's just so cool. It's a cute leaf. I don't even have any crisp. The texture is awesome. The leaf pattern is awesome. It just looks so cool, like as a big plant. It's very cool from the top, as you can see. And yeah, I don't know what to say about it other than I love her. Definitely one of my favorites. She's so cool. Love this leaf. So cool. Love, 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 love. You guys know I've talked about her before, and you know I love her, and I still love her. Okay, next we've got Begonia Edna Quartz, or at least that's what we call her here in New Zealand. Again, if any of the overseas viewers have an ID for her, what you guys call her overseas, that would be awesome. But here in New Zealand we don't have a proper ID for her. I believe if you look up Begonia Edna Quartz, something else completely different comes up. But here in New Zealand it's just what everyone calls her. To be honest, I think someone just made the name up and it's just stuck and everyone calls her that now. That's what I call her because I don't know what else to call her. But yeah, I love her. Also a favourite begonia. So cool. She's growing pretty slowly, but I think that's just the time of the year at the moment here in New Zealand. It is in the middle of winter. We've only got like a month and a half or so before spring, and I can't wait. Hopefully she'll speed up a little bit then. When I first got this begonia, I just had a one leaf cutting. It took forever to do anything, and then I kept having issues with the leaves falling off, similar to the begonia georgiensis. So I potted it into a bigger pot, and that seems to have solved that. I haven't had any leaves fall off since then. So I've got these three really nice leaves at the moment, this huge big one. But yeah, she's just being really slow at the moment, so that's kind of all I've got right now, but hopefully she'll speed up in the springtime. Just such a cool begonia, like it just has really interesting markings. I love like when the leaves get bigger, they kind of curl over like this and kind of do, yeah, I don't know what this is called when plants do that, but I really love it. Okay, the next plant, again a favourite begonia, is my begonia Masonian iron cross. Look at her, she's so cool, oh my gosh, love her so much. Here in New Zealand, we've just had a big release of these into the, just, you know, the open market, into plant stores, and they're going by the name of Begonia Mountain, but as far as I'm aware, the original name for these is a Begonia Iron Cross. Got my original cutting in here, which actually I can tell just by looking at it. This is my original 3 leaves, but I bought one of the big plants when it was released, so this is her. I might just chop some of these like smaller little tiny leaves off. I think they look a bit funny, and she's probably maybe due a water, but anyway, this is her. She's just so cool. I just love this, like it's just such a cool plant. Like how can you not love it? It's just the leaves are so amazing, and she's got huge leaves. Like look how big this leaf is. It's as big as my hand. Oh, this one's even bigger. Oh, this is like literally the whole full size of my hand. Just so cool. They just have an interesting texture. The colour is so vibrant. Like, isn't this green such a nice green? It's just such a vibrant green, and then the pattern on them just really stands out. I don't know, they're just super awesome plants. Love this begonia. I haven't really found it hard to care for at all. So nice. Okay, the next begonia definitely was in my collection in the last video. It has not grown much at all. To be honest, it's probably one of my least favourite begonias, but I don't know, it's still kind of cool and interesting, so I keep it. I think I'd love it a lot more if it was bigger. It's still like a little bit too small. I think that's what my issue is this begonia. So it's, to be honest, I don't know 100% if we've decided what its actual ID is. So I will say it's either a begonia no ID, or some people are calling it begonia silver dollar. If anybody watching this video thinks that that ID is correct, let me know, or if you have another suggestion for its ID, also let me know. It's really interesting because the mother plant, like I got this plant from just a big leaf from a mother plant from this lady a couple of years ago, and the mother plant leaf looks completely different to this. Like it's still silver, it's got a little bit of the pink, but it was just this huge leaf, probably like this big. It still had the kind of texture that this has, but it didn't have much veining at all. So I find it really interesting because when you look at this versus what the mother plant looked like, it's like so different. So that really confuses me. But anyway, so this is her. She hasn't grown that much. She's actually probably grown the most that she has in a while. Again, I always had an issue with her dropping leaves, like them going crispy and brown. So again, I repotted her into a bigger pot, and it seems like repotting them into a bigger pot when you're having the issue seems to have solved my issue for a lot of my begonias. She was getting thirsty all the time, and I was constantly having to water her. So now it takes a lot longer for her to get thirsty, which means that she seems to be a lot happier because she's not drying out so often. That's her. So yeah, it's so interesting though, like some of the leaves are so different. Like if you compare that leaf to say this leaf, like to this leaf, like they're all similar but all quite different. Yeah, I do definitely like the silver of her as well, which is quite nice. Okay, second to last begonia is my begonia silver cloud. Here she is. I love this girl. Again, I've gone through a few cuttings of this, and then finally I seem to have sussed it, so she's doing really well. Again, I can already tell that she needs water. See, her stems are kind of, you can see they're not sitting up as much. Like this one, for example, is kind of droopy, so that tells me she is due for water. So I'll water her after this video. She's not doing too bad. Like normally it's very obvious when she's thirsty, like her leaves will be all curled and droopy. So she's kind of like just on the verge of needing a water. Again, like I was kind of like not that fussed about this plant at the beginning, but the bigger and fuller she gets, the more I love her. So I'm quite loving her at the moment. She's getting quite big. Yeah, she's just cool. And she's kind of got like a silvery greeny coloured leaf, which is quite nice. And they've got this, yeah, interesting pattern. The backs of the leaves are quite nice as well, if you can see. They're kind of more darker green with this kind of browny, bronzy kind of hue. So again, same thing, I repotted her into a bigger pot because I was just having to water her like every 3 or 4 days and it was ridiculous. Now she can go a lot longer without needing water, which I find is so much better for her and all my begonias, that they tend to lose leaves less often when they're not needing to be watered as much. But yeah, that's a really cool picture. So pretty. Love. Oh, and my last begonia is my begonia silver limbo. Here she is. I definitely had this plant in my last begonia video, but she was a lot smaller. I actually quite recently, like maybe a couple months ago, found another begonia silver limbo at a plant market, and it was quite a decent sized plant for like $10 or something, so I got it, added it into my pot. So she looks a lot fuller now, which is quite nice. So yeah, I quite like her as well. Again, she's not like my favourite begonia, but I definitely like her and would be sad if she wasn't in my collection, so I'll definitely keep her in my collection. So yeah, anyway, that is all of the begonias in my plant collection. I do have a begonia that lives outside, that's not in the garden, it is in a pot, and it is my begonia, and it's my begonia metallica. You've seen it before, it was in my last begonia video, and she kind of just looks pretty much exactly the same as in my last video, so if you refer to that, that's what she looks like. Yeah, I kind of just forget about her. She lives outside, so she just gets watered by the rain, and I don't really do anything. Anyway, that is all my begonias. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I think what I really want to do for my next video is I'm thinking about doing a plant tour, so if you would be keen for that, let me know. Like, I think I've just got to a stage where I'm quite happy with where most of my plants are. I mean, there's still a few things I want to tweak, but for now we're pretty good. But yeah, we'll see. If you'd really like one, just please like this video or hit me up in the comments down below. That would be great, and we'll see what we can do. So thank you for watching this video. Hopefully there won't be such a long gap between the next one. Fingers crossed. And hope you have a lovely day. And before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, of course. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye!